Hello,
this is Andreas from Sportage Driver Forum. Today I'm going to Recklinghausen to DTE-Systems, who produces the pedal box, and I'm here to technically challenge the whole thing. What's it all about? How does it have to be fitted? Let's go in and see if someone's there. Hi, I'm Andreas from the Sportage Driver Forum. I'm Adrian. Nice, we have an appointment today and I'd like to take a look at this pedal box of yours. I'd be glad to. Just park your car in front of the second gate and I'll meet you there. Okay, perfect. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Andreas. So here we have our pedal box, which we're going to install shortly. Let's take a look at it. This is the whole pedal box. You have your control element. Here you can see 3 LEDs. Here you have the program selection. And here you find a plus and a minus. Now you can select between 3 different programs, namely Sport, Sport Plus, and Eco. Also, each program can be individually adjusted by using plus and minus. So I can fine-tune the individual programs up and down, like in some kind of vernier adjustment? Exactly. Let's say you're driving on Sport, and you say, well, that's good, because you can really feel it. But then you want to be a little bit more intense, then you switch to Sport Plus. And then you're like, ooh, that's a bit too much for me. Then I can lower it 1 step down and increase it a bit, or lower the Sport Plus down.
Oh, super.
Exactly.
Okay.
So those are the 2 plugs where it later on gets attached to the gas pedal. It basically gets plugged in between, right? Exactly. Let me just install it quickly. It'll go pretty fast, I'm sure, and then we'll see how it kicks in. Here we have the original sensor. We pull the plug here. Put the connection jack into the sensor. And the original connector into our plug. In principle, we're all finished. 20 seconds, not bad. I installed it like this just to show you how it works. So theoretically, you can install it anywhere, the dashboard, and the rear, and the panel, and anywhere. Exactly, it's up to you. I'm going to fetch my laptop, and then we get down to the nitty-gritty. Ah, that'll be the interesting part. Okay, you've seen that the pedal box can be installed in a minimum of time. The plugs alone took 20 to 30 seconds. The installation of the remote control was very, very quick. And you've got the possibility to relocate it to several other places. Pretty cool. Here you can see the software which we can use to assess your gas pedal. You know how a gas pedal like this, an electronic one, works? Yeah. You have 2 signals which are checked against each other. They send to the main control device where it gets computed, and then the appropriate injection takes place, depending on how the manufacturer adjusted it for us here in Europe. That means we can now take a look at the standard value, meaning the idle, and the full throttle value, which we will then use to re-adjust the entire system. Okay, but normally this isn't necessary. It's only because we're digging a little bit deeper on the technical level this time. Principally, the product comes readily usable, but we're going to show the process of how it works on a technical level. So we just started the diagnosis, and now you can see that your first signal has a value of 375 millivolts, and the second one has 747 millivolts. So that's the idling mixture. As soon as I step on the gas, the value changes. So I'm at full throttle. Now I have a value of over 2,000 millivolts for the first signal and 4,000 for the second. I need those two values to adjust the tuning. So Andreas, let's take a look at it with our diagnostic program. Like we already said, here you find your actual values. And now I switch on the pedal box. Let's say the sport mode. At the moment we don't change a thing, because right now you're idling. But as soon as I step on the gas, you can see how the values change. That's going to be added up to your values, and that's how better response quantities can be achieved. And when it comes to full throttle mode, the tuning is deactivated again. Okay, so now we can see how everything gets fitted in. Adrian really explained that well on the computer and how the software works, how the values for the pedal can be adjusted, and so on. This was it when it comes to theory, but now I want to field test how noticeable the difference really is. So what we just did is mounted the pedal box into the car, installed it, and took a look at the values derived from the gas pedal in its original condition. After that, we compared them to the settings of the pedal box and received a very good result, and now we're going to send Andreas out for a test drive. So the box is installed. Currently I'm using the program Sport Plus, without plus or minus. The plain standard program. Now we want to try out how things work. Especially with Sport Plus, you have to be careful not to accelerate too much when starting the car. The engine speed goes up really quickly, which makes a huge difference compared to before. What you really notice, or strikingly notice, is this well-known second of thought. I mean, when you change from second gear to third gear, for example, it often happens that it takes some time until the acceleration sets in. And at the moment, it's a real different handling. Because this second is way shorter than it would have been without the pedal box. It's really fun. It's pretty cool. Okay, I'm switching now to Eco.
Wobei ich glaube, dass hier...
I'm pretty sure that it won't be a drastic difference. Maybe it won't be noticeable at all.
Aber es ist zum...
But I must say, there is a noticeable difference compared to the normal pedal setting.
Ein bisschen mehr, sage ich mal. Also es ist nicht sehr viel spürbar, aber es ist schon...
A little bit more, yeah.
Aber ich glaube...
I guess I'm more the sport type of person. Now let's say the Sport Plus type.
Wenn nicht sogar Sport Plus. Umschalten oder das Programm umschalten.
Switching, I mean the switching of the programs also works while the engine is running, but only when idling.
Dann bitte im Standgas. Also nicht das Gas.
So don't use the gas pedal and then switch the box.
Box umstellen. Ja.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Feine Sache. Und?
How'd it go? Pleasantly surprised. I'm happy to hear that.
Ja, Adrian.
Yes, Adrian. Yeah?
Ich bin wirklich positiv.
I really am pleasantly surprised. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed being here and your service of showing me everything.
Service, wie das alles gezeigt hat.
Thanks a lot. See ya. Okay.
Ciao. Ja.
Okay, you now have an impression of how the pedal box works, how it's installed. To sum it up, I can only say you've got to give it a go yourself.
Probiert's selber mal aus.
See you soon. Andreas.